I have a vital message for you, chosen ones. This is a heavenly warning, not just a message. God has brought you here if you are now viewing this. You cannot disregard or take lightly the change you are going to go through. Something so significant is about to happen to you that it has the potential to completely alter your life. The truth is that you might not make it through this, at least not as the person you were before God told you you would be admitted to the hospital. However, this is not a message of dread, so don't freak out. It is an awakening of the divine. The time has come for you to take a step into something greater than you could have ever dreamed of, and the shift is happening. For those of you who are genuinely selected, this is the time you've been waiting for. It's not simply a physical challenge, it's a spiritual and energy metamorphosis. You are being invited to let go of your old self and let this metamorphosis revitalize you from the inside out. Even if you don't fully comprehend it now, your body might not be the only thing in the hospital. You will experience and perceive things in a way that you have never been able to before. Your surroundings will begin to shift at a rate that will leave you gasping for air. Please pause this video and do 3 things before we begin this life-changing message. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us achieve 15,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 55. The energy of this movie will be amplified by this quantity, which will send a strong signal to the universe. But be aware that only a select handful are prepared for this. God is calling you to participate in this change. If you're watching, don't think, don't fight. You will have a better understanding of who you are and what you are destined to become as a result of the sometimes painful shift. If you feel the abundance of divine love filling your heart, now is the perfect time to share it. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $100 or more, you can help spread God's blessings far and wide. Your offering will not only touch your own life, but also reach countless souls through this platform. Each of you holds a sacred place in God's magnificent plan, and your generosity will be the answer to many prayers. Take action now. Share your blessings to honor His kingdom, for you were created to accomplish even greater works through His loving hands. May God's grace be with you. You are stepping into your desires rather than merely waiting for them. The finish is not in sight. What you're going through is a tremendous spiritual rebirth rather than a symptom of mortality. The faintest hint of something bigger developing can frequently be heard in the most intense hardships and difficulties. Although it may seem like you are about to lose everything, you are actually about to gain everything. A stronger bond with your soul and a more profound comprehension of your destiny. The process of transformation is never easy. You feel as though you are being put to the ultimate test and pushed to your limitations. But keep in mind that hardship frequently leads to growth. Your spirit must endure the fire in order to be purified, just as a seed must sprout through the ground in order to develop into a lovely tree. Your soul is preparing for greatness during this seemingly chaotic time. Accept this. You have been selected. The difficulties you are currently enduring are a necessary component of God's perfect plan. You will enter the next stage of your awakening as a result of these challenges. It is about letting go of the past and becoming the person you were always intended to be, not about loss or fear. You are seen by God. He is getting you ready for something amazing, your second awakening. He is aware of the journey you have taken, the struggles you have faced, and the sacrifices you have made. You're here for a reason. Hit subscribe now and step into your destiny. Big things are coming. You have never experienced an awakening like this one. It's a complete metamorphosis that affects both your body and mind, not just a spiritual rejuvenation. A new version of yourself that is more in line with your highest calling is what you are entering. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. It's acceptable if you don't feel prepared for this adjustment. It's common to experience uncertainty when you're about to do something so significant. However, keep in mind that God has perfect timing. He is guiding you into a period of significant development after being by your side during every hardship, heartache, and victory. You will undergo a metamorphosis that is beyond your wildest expectations. Clarity like never before will be brought about by this awakening. With new eyes and a revitalized soul, you will view life in a different way. You'll see the world differently and get an understanding of things that were previously incomprehensible. Now is the moment to embrace your divine mission and walk into your full power. There is no denying that change may be unpleasant. It can frequently feel too much, whether it's the emotional upheaval, bodily agony, or cerebral haze. However, there is a reason for this suffering. Every bit of discomfort you experience is an indication that something amazing is taking place inside of you. It's difficult, but nothing worthwhile ever comes easily. You are peeling back the parts of yourself that no longer serve you. You must fight to emerge into a new life, just as the butterfly must fight to escape its cocoon. Although it may be a challenging procedure, it is essential. Your soreness is a sign that you are growing and that something far bigger is about to happen. This is when your new self is born. Your body is also being transformed by God, in addition to your spirit. You may have aches, energy fluctuations, or even extreme fatigue. These are physical indicators that a change in your bodily state is also being demanded by your spiritual awakening. For the new self to emerge, your body and soul are in harmony. It is not a sign of failure or defeat if you are hospitalized or having severe physical and emotional symptoms. It represents the passing of your former self, the aspect of you that has clung to limitations, uncertainty, and fear. This is a fresh start, not the end. Here, being admitted to the hospital symbolizes clearing out the old energy and getting rid of anything that doesn't fit with your current self. Think of this period as a retreat, a time when your spirit is being re-nourished. In reality, what may seem like a setback is a vital step on your path. To enable you to stand tall in your full power, you are being cleansed of things that no longer serve you. This procedure is necessary, even though it might not be simple. Have faith in it. Consider it a recalibration from God. The next stage of your spiritual development depends on your body going through the most thorough detox. You will be stronger, more determined, and prepared to confront the world with a fresh sense of purpose after completing this adventure. One of the biggest changes you will experience during this spiritual awakening is the opening of your third eye. This is something to welcome rather than something to be afraid of. Your spiritual perception, greater consciousness, and capacity to perceive beyond the material world are all symbolized by the third eye. At first, you can have odd feelings, such dizziness or confusion. All of this is a step in the process. You might begin to perceive things differently, experience hitherto unheard of emotions, or even hear things more deeply. Your third eye is coming online, giving you access to a more profound comprehension of the cosmos. If things initially appear confusing or overwhelming, don't freak out. This is the period of adjustment. You will get a new degree of discernment when you keep your third eye open. You'll start to discern the genuine motives of those around you, gain a deeper understanding of circumstances, and make more informed decisions. Seeing the world is not enough. It's also about seeing the world as it really is. What a unique gift this waking is. You are going to go through a level of spiritual and personal transformation that most people never experience in their lifetimes. Although this trip may seem difficult or even overwhelming, it is a privilege that you have been selected for it. It indicates that you are headed in the correct direction and prepared to advance to the next stage of your development. It's acceptable if people don't comprehend what you're going through. This adventure is intended for you, not for everyone else. Such a profound awakening is only possible for those who are genuinely prepared to take on the challenges of change. It's a sacred procedure that will raise your consciousness and comprehension to a new level. You will be unique because of what you are going to go through. It will set you apart. You'll see things differently and have insights that others don't. The ability to perceive and comprehend the world in a manner that other people cannot is your gift. Your body and spirit will both be impacted by this change. Physical changes could include feeling more energized, changing your food or habits, or wanting to take better care of your physical well-being. Your spirit functions through your body, so when your spirit changes, your body must also change. You will be urged by this awakening to respect your body as the sacred temple that it is, and to take better care of yourself. Your body will reflect your inner metamorphosis, and you will become more aware of your bodily demands. To produce a harmonic, potent energy, the body and mind must work together. Additionally, your body will go through a purification process. Resetting your energy, detoxing, and letting go of old emotional and physical toxins may all be part of this. Making these changes is crucial to your new spiritual journey. Recognize that your body is an essential component of this metamorphosis and take good care of it. Blurred vision, both literally and emotionally, is one of the most prevalent symptoms of this change. You might discover that things no longer appear to be as they once were. You may be distracted by people, locations, and even your own thoughts. As part of your third eye opening process, this indicates that your perception is changing. You might experience tremendous emotional waves, such as excitement, despair, irritation, or even periods of deep release. As you release emotional baggage and trauma from the past, these feelings are a natural part of the clearing process. Although it may seem overwhelming, it is essential to your development. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God fill your hearts today. I come to remind you of a profound truth. Our lives are firmly established in God's divine purpose, untouched by the fleeting worries of this world. As Scripture tells us, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. Luke 6:38. Like the mighty oak whose roots are planted deep in rich soil, our foundation is anchored in God's eternal truth. Every move we make, every stand we take, is upheld by His enduring strength. Today, you have the opportunity to participate in this divine blessing. By clicking the Super Thank You button and offering a gift of $50, you will sow into a harvest that will return to you many times over in God's abundant grace. It is transient, so don't worry if you feel lost or bewildered during this period. Soon, your literal and metaphorical vision will become clear, and you'll start to see the world in a new way. Accept these changes as a necessary component of your spiritual development. God is telling you not to be afraid of change, even though it's never easy. The changes you're going through are a part of a divine process. It may occasionally be painful or uncomfortable, but it is essential to your development. Accept this period of transition with open arms and have faith in the process. Everything that is taking place at the moment is guiding you towards something bigger. Keep in mind that every change you go through is a necessary component of God's plan for your life. He is elevating you, not leaving you. You don't have to resist. Your journey will go more smoothly the more you accept the process. Have faith that all is going according to plan and that each obstacle is preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. Now is not the time to back down or question your direction. God has already prepared you for this change, and He is with you. You are not alone, and you are more than capable of managing what lies ahead. Remain optimistic and keep going, because the best is still to come. Picture a surge of energy coursing through your body, bringing vitality to each and every cell. This change is going to feel like that. You will feel an unheard-of sense of rejuvenation as you discover who you really are. This is about feeling spiritually supercharged, not just about feeling young physically. Your spirit will shine with a newfound light. Your mind will become sharp, and your energy levels will soar. This change in you will start to be noticed by the world. Before you even say a word, people will sense your energy. Knowing that you're in line with your higher purpose will give you a certain confidence. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. You will experience a sense of vitality and peace that you haven't experienced in years as the burden of uncertainty, anxiety, and fear starts to fade. It's as though you're entering a second youth, brimming with enthusiasm, hope, and a desire to enjoy life to the fullest. Now is the moment to channel this heightened energy into your passions. You now have the energy to actively pursue your goals, whether they involve changing careers, working on creative projects, or strengthening your relationships. What seemed like a far-off possibility is now attainable. You are no longer merely existing. Rather, you are fully alive and prepared to welcome the future. Personal change is not the only aspect of this awakening. It's about separating yourself from the masses and identifying with a higher purpose. You'll discover that the things you formerly prized, flimsy relationships, financial possessions, and transient pleasures, no longer have the same power over you. You will instinctively start to separate yourself from those who don't share your new frequency as you mature. This separation is a step toward accepting your actual path, not a rejection of other people. People who used to be close to you may not be aware of the changes you are going through. Relationships with people who no longer share your outlook on the future may start to wane. Even though this can be challenging, have faith that it's all a part of the process. Those that are supposed to accompany you on this journey will stick by you. In a world that frequently tries to steer you in many directions, you are being called to rise above the noise and forge your own path. You must go through this separation in order to advance spiritually. You need a distraction-free environment since you are getting ready for something bigger. Though they might not comprehend now, the world will eventually realize how powerful your shift is. You will experience a fresh wave of clarity as you arise. Once uncertainty and confusion are past, your intellect will be clear and keen. You'll have the confidence to make choices based on your inner wisdom rather than your worries. Beyond your own life, this newfound clarity will help you better understand others, comprehend their genuine motivations, and spot opportunities and threats that others might overlook. Your once dormant spiritual sight will now awaken. You might start to see the world in a different way. You will become aware of vibrations and energies that you were previously unaware of, and the boundary between the spiritual and physical worlds will become thinner. This is the talent of discernment, the capacity to see past outward manifestations and see life's most profound realities. However, this gift comes with obligations. Your ability to discern will enable you to make informed decisions, but it will also put you in circumstances where you must choose how to apply your newly acquired knowledge. Clearness necessitates cautious action. Knowing that your awakening has prepared you to guide others on their own journeys, have faith in your capacity to handle life's challenges with grace and discernment. The change in your energy will be one of the most potent parts of your transformation. Your energy will shift as you transform into a better version of yourself. Before they even realize what's occurring, those around you will sense it. Your presence now has a magnetic pull that attracts people to you despite their inability to articulate it. A new light will shine in your aura, one that exudes strength, confidence, and serenity. You will gain the respect of those who were before doubtful about your route. People who previously questioned your abilities will start to recognize the subtle strength in your development. Your energy will speak for itself. You won't need to coerce it or give an explanation. And everyone you encounter will be impacted by this change in energy. You'll start drawing in people who share your beliefs, who are prepared to help you along the way, and who can appreciate the extent of your change. This change will motivate people around you to make changes as well, so it's not just for you. People will be impacted by your energy in ways you might not completely understand. It serves as a reminder that as you mature, the environment around you must also change. You might have been the target of ridicule or skepticism for years. They might have dismissed your vision, mocked your dreams, or undervalued your abilities. They will have to see your ascent, though, as you go through this intense awakening. They will see that the person they previously mocked was always meant for greatness, as they witness you embrace your strength and purpose. This is about demonstrating to yourself that your faith, fortitude, and trust in God were never misplaced, not about getting even or proving them wrong. They will watch your metamorphosis and realize that the road of faith and endurance is the one that leads to real success. They will see the person you've become, a version of yourself that is unwavering, self-assured, and full of divine purpose. You will now embody what they were unable to see at the time. The world will see your ascent as a living manifestation of God's perfect design, and your success will serve as evidence of the strength of spiritual awakening. They will be amazed by your tour, and their doubts will subside. You are at last becoming the person you were always meant to be, despite all the hardships, waiting, and uncertainty. All of your experiences have culminated in this revelation. Every hardship, heartache, and moment of uncertainty served as a springboard for your metamorphosis, rather than a setback. You will now understand that everything in your life has led to this point when you emerge as this new version of yourself. You were always destined to be a strong, awakened being with strength, clarity, and purpose. The constraints of your history and your worries no longer hold you back. You have the freedom to realize your greatest potential, follow your heavenly calling, and design the life you've always desired. Remember that this is just the beginning. As you look to the future, your trip is playing out just the way it was supposed to. You are growing into the strong, robust person God intended you to be, prepared to fulfill your role. The world will see you, sense your vitality, and see how amazing you are. Now is your moment. It's your awakening. You are currently going through a process that may seem overwhelming, yet it is essential to your development. A heavenly intervention. This spiritual operation involves thoroughly purging anything that is no longer beneficial to you. This method eliminates the negative beliefs, worries, and attachments that have been holding you back. Much like a medical surgery would remove a deadly tumor. It can hurt, and it's not simple, but keep in mind that the agony will pass, and that the outcome will be a return to your authentic self. God is working in you during this time in a way that no one else can comprehend. He is meticulously removing the parts that are no longer in line with your bigger goal. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube. With a donation of $100 or more, you can actively participate in His divine mission and contribute to His greater plan. Every offering you make reflects the boundless generosity of God, and I trust it will return to you abundantly, far exceeding your hopes. Always remember, His protection and blessing accompany your every step and every act of giving. You are a vital part of His sacred design. You are strong and radiant, steadfast like His mighty rock. Experience God's miracles, feel the rewards of your generosity deep within your soul, and shine your light with boldness and faith. May you be richly blessed, and may the light of the Lord continually guide your journey. Even if it doesn't seem comfortable, have faith that He is doing it perfectly. You might feel uneasy, have moments of uncertainty, or even be confused, but realize that this is just a natural part of the healing process. Every tear you cry and every emotional outburst you have is an indication that something significant is taking on inside of you. Remember that this is your own journey of development, even if you may feel isolated during this time, and like no one else can relate to what you're going through. Have faith that God will be with you at every turn. He is clearing out anything that is impeding your development so that you can become a stronger, more aligned version of yourself, even if you are unable to perceive the wider picture at the moment. Let this process take over your life. They're preparing you for something bigger. You will come out of the procedure a totally different person, stronger, more lucid, and more in line with your spiritual calling. Your life will be a living example of the transformational power of God's love, and you will walk in a new degree of serenity and power. Have you noticed a change in the way things feel around you? Situations are changing suddenly, people are acting differently, and your surroundings seem to be inexplicably aligning with your energy. This isn't just an accident. Your spiritual awakening is the exact cause of the energy shift you are going through. The cosmos reacts when you take a step toward your genuine self. Everything that resonates with your high frequency is drawn in by the law of attraction. People who used to sap your energy will now start to pull away, and you will meet new people who share your frequency. It seems as though your inner metamorphosis is beginning to be reflected in the outside world. This indicates that your energy is affecting everyone and everything around you, and that you are moving closer to your higher self. When you begin to notice synchronicity and remarkable changes in your life, don't be shocked. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Additionally, this change in energy is getting you ready for the next stage of your trip. It involves getting rid of the distractions and barriers that used to hold you back. All of the changes you are going through are a part of God's plan to take you to greater heights. Even when things appear to be changing suddenly, have faith that the universe is on your side. Every individual that enters your life, every door that opens or closes, and every change all contribute to your spiritual enlightenment. You will experience an increase in alignment, a stronger connection to your mission, and a greater sense of contentment with your current situation as this energy continues to build. Accept these adjustments since they are taking you in the right direction. Have you found that you're experiencing more emotional swings than normal? You may feel completely in control one minute, and then you may feel overburdened or worn out the next.